How do you imagine the pretty satisfied coach at the moment?
Yeah, look, I thought it was a really good game, and we played some good football for the majority of the game. We felt at half-time that second half of the second quarter the game was getting away from us, and Collingwood was certainly scoring too easily, getting too many inside 50s against us. So just had to remind our players the value of defence and the value of making sure that we pick up a man as basically as that and defend properly, and they responded really well.
Some of the best football you've played for the season?
Yeah, it's hard to tell, but I thought the second half was good football against a really good opposition. So you value the way you play against good opposition. Collingwood are an excellent team. And I mean, we had a really good second half. But in saying that, the third quarter did swing two ways, and it could have been 2 goals difference at three-quarter time, but fortunately I think it was 4 goals, so we gave ourselves a good opportunity coming into that last quarter.
What's most pleased about James? The defensive quality that you've got, or defensive quality that's really starting to shine through in this week?
I think, Robbo, that the most pleasing thing for us is the defence. To be able to defend throughout the game. The periods today where, I said before, where we didn't defend properly and Collingwood got a good run against us. But this team has worked a lot on defending, and if we don't do it properly, we get scored against. But I thought today, to keep Collingwood to 75 points was an outstanding effort by the players.
David, can you feel it from last year to this year? What's the difference?
That's exactly what it is. We've always been a team that can score quickly, and our offensive attributes have always been our strength, but now it's our defence. Hurdy and the coaches have worked hard over the summer on developing a defensive game plan, and you're going to see it out there that the first talk that you hear is about defence rather than how we attack. It's always about how we can defend better. So definitely the players are now starting to really drive it, and it's shown. We've kept them to 75 points, which is a really good score to keep teams to, and defence is probably our strength at the moment.
How much is it focused on the ground? How much talking is around if you're drifting off and someone says Zaharakis get back with you, I haven't got out of the tackle to everyone. How much is that a focus on the ground?
Yeah, it's a massive focus, and sort of towards the latter part of the second quarter we weren't doing it. We sort of went away from it, and a few guys were starting to maybe run, trying to get kicks, and we spoke about it at half time that we have to go back to our defence, to our offensive footy, and the communication in the second half was probably the best we've done this year. And you see a bloke spit out from a pack, and there's a guy just screaming at you to go get him, and without even thinking, now we're doing that. So that's great. That's a part of our game that we got to keep working on and keep improving on. But it's definitely been a massive focus for us.
Your ability to convert is like 31 shots a goal from 52 inside 50 is a good conversion rate. Is that structural? Is that the way? Is that assault rebounding from the halfback?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of those things. It's your intensity around the contest, your ability to win that contest, get it in your forward line. There's no doubt. I think the standout part of our game has been our backs. Even last week against St Kilda, they defended when probably the rest of the team didn't as well, and defended really well and set up a lot of attacks. And Michael Hibbard's year so far, Bagley's year so far, I think Dempsey's year so far, Carlisle and Hooker's year so far, and they've been the 4 constants there. It's been outstanding. So our defenders are playing a really important role for us and allowing us to attack.
James, how big more is this?
Oh look, it's round 5. It's it's in terms of.
But the fact that it's your first win over one of the big teams in the last 5 years. First time you've done it since David's goal in 2009. Where you're at, the efforts that you've made in the last couple of years. This is a huge step.
Look, it's another step towards where we want to be, and I think we know that next week we'll have another game, we'll have another opposition that we've got to front up for. Today's a massive day for our football club and for the Collingwood Football Club, and there's no doubt there's more emphasis put on today than any other home and away game by external forces. And the players want to play well, and the club wants to win because you're on show. So it's a big day. We haven't won it for 3 or 4 years, and to be part of a win again on ANZAC Day is very, very special. So I'm not trying to undersell that. But it's early in the year, and we saw last year what happened to us halfway through the year when we probably didn't get our players out there to train enough, we didn't practice what we wanted to practice enough, and we got a few injuries. So we understand where we're at, and we've got to keep playing the right sort of football.
How pleasant, James, is it to be able to
key position players that are in cover for early in the season?
Yeah, when you looked at our list, or you look at our list, you probably say we're a little bit top heavy. You look at compared to other lists, but for Scott Gumbleton to have the last 2 weeks he's had, for Stuart Crammer to slot straight back in the team. Tate Pears came in last week and we left him out probably because of his history in terms of 5-day breaks we didn't want in there. But next week Tate will be fresh, Fletcher will be fresh, Hurley will be fresh, and so we've got some decisions to make again. But the players understand that they're part of a group, and we will put the best team out there week after week. And the Talls understand that they may not play every week, but they're a very important part of our team.
In a playing sense, the coaching sense, like else, obviously take a bit of attached to you, but in a playing sense, how significant psychologically to know ANZAC Day, coming in and losing these games, to know that coming in front of 93,000 people and perform like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big game every year, and we haven't really sort of performed over the last couple of years at the big stage on ANZAC Day. So it was built up like a normal week. Just get your recovery in from 5-day break and prepare well for the game. And obviously it's spoken about by the players that we're coming up against a side that's beaten us the last 7 times, and we're probably the best prepared today than what we were over the last 7 times we played against them. And guys are coming in, guys are ready to play footy. As Hurdy said, guys that might be playing VFO over the last couple of weeks, they've really stepped up and they can step into role and play for the team. So that's a real bonus for us, and it shows that we can play on the big stage. When guys are getting rotated or guys are injured, they can come straight in.
David, personally, what's sweeter for you today or the last Collingwood win?
Pardon me, sorry?
What is sweeter for you today or the last Collingwood win in your career?
I don't know. Probably for me now that I'm back sort of to full fitness, I had sort of interrupted pre-season and pretty frustrated 6 weeks before round 1, and then sort of have built fitness over the last 5 weeks and match fitness. Sort of play that I can adjust to my fitness, sort of sub in round 1, sub in round 2, that sort of hurting the coaches let me build into the season. So for me, this is probably, that happened 4 years ago and that was a great day. Sort of now I'm at full fitness and playing good footy and I'm feeling good at the moment. So hopefully that can continue. I've still got a lot to improve in my game, but at the moment, I'm feeling pretty good.
Somebody had a lot of injuries in this life. How pleasing to see Jason perform like today?
Yeah, I spoke out on the ground before the game with Jason about 2 hours before the game, and he said, last time I played here was when I did my knee. So don't think like that, mate. It's not a positive, but that was 2 years ago against Carlton in round 4, so 2011. So he's worked very hard. He's been, had a lot of setbacks with his hamstrings after his knee. And he's a high-quality player, Jason, and just adds that smart player around the contest, smart player in the forward line, sets up our forward line, but also can go onto the ball, which he did a little bit today. Very pleased for him because it's been a frustrating couple of years, but he's a quality player and it's making a big difference to our team.
You had physical problems with that as well last year. How does it feel playing footy now?
As I say, it feels great. Personally, probably tough 10 weeks last year with the quad, and then again, just before the season. But did the right rehab program and got myself right. And as I said, Hurdy and the coaches sort of eased me into the season and didn't play me probably in a week that I could have played, but they were more cautious. And now that sort of reap the rewards now that from that cautious program, and now I'm sort of getting back to full fitness and playing some good footy. So hopefully that can continue.
Is Stanton reflecting your defensive approach this year, James? And did you give him a job in the second half today?
He had a little bit of a job in the second half, but I think Brent's first 5 rounds have been outstanding. He's got a really good balance between attack and defence. He's beating taggers, he's finding a man, and he's playing, for want of a better word, man's football. He's standing up when the time is right and defending and attacking, and he's elite fitness. He's got a good footy brain, so very hard player to stop when he plays like that.
When you spoke about defensive players and putting on each other, there's no doubt, obviously, someone at the club, you, the players, should come on Brent. You have to work both ways. If we're going to be improving as a footy club, we have to have you in the midfield working both ways.
Yeah, and I think it wasn't just Brent. I think the whole team. We're not there yet. Let's not get carried away. We've played 5 games. We've defended reasonably well, but as soon as your intensity and your actions around defence drop off, you can drop that defence off very quickly and get scored against very quickly. But I think our whole midfield, to be honest, needed a change of mindset, and they've gone about that very well.
What's the situation with Carter?
He's hurt, we think he's hurt somewhere in his midfoot, between the talar-navicular joint, if that makes sense to anyone. We don't think it's bad, and we think he'll be fine to play GWS. So, slight strain in a ligament in his foot, which should heal up in the next 3 or 4 days.
James, we hear you might have a concerns with governance. Is the governance report's going to be made public next week? It's quite attended. That's the first public announcement.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether it's next week or the next couple of weeks. How am I feeling? I don't think it really matters how I feel about it. It's a report that will come out and talk about our football club, and we'll wait and see what it says.
Last one, guys.
Do the players care, Dave? Or are they caring about playing footy?
At the moment, we're worrying about playing footy. It's sort of in the back of our mind. We know we're going to get interviewed in a couple of weeks, and that's fine. But at the moment, we're just focusing on footy, and we'll take care of that when it happens. But yeah, training week to week's been great. The boys have just been focusing on footy.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.